Fortnite has been the king of the castle in the Battle Royale genre since the game mode was released on September 26, 2017. But it has had to deal with its fair share of competitors. PUBG, Radical Heights, Realm Royale, Blackout, the list goes on. But the newest kid on the block may be the one to finally slay the king. Apex Legends is the game everyone can't stop talking about, and we'll let you know why it might be the new Fortnite. Battle Royale. Battle Royale is the most popular gaming genre around right now, and this fad isn't going away anytime soon, with games like Fortnite and Apex Legends. Apex Legends may seem a lot like Fortnite on the surface, but after playing one game, you'll realize it's absolutely nothing like Fortnite, and that's what gives the game the potential to be even bigger than it. Sure, there's a bunch of players fighting to be the last one standing, and over time, a circle forms that keeps getting smaller and smaller to force players into combat. But that's essentially where the similarities end. Apex Legends is a futuristic first-person shooter similar to Blackout, and its art style is more realistic than the cartoonish Fortnite. The cutscenes in the game look cartoonish, but once you get into a match, it looks and feels a lot like a typical FPS. The game takes everything you hated about the Battle Royale genre and fixes it. When switching weapons, all compatible attachments will automatically be applied to the one you're picking up, instead of having to remove and reattach them yourself. In Apex Legends, you have a game that's a unique take on a genre filled with Fortnite clones. It's 1/3 Titanfall, 1/3 Overwatch, and 1/3 Fortnite. That being said, the main feature that sets the game apart from Fortnite is Legends. Unlike most Battle Royale games where everyone drops as an equal where they have no special powers, in Apex Legends, you get to choose one of 8 legends who all have their own set of skills and abilities. They're similar to the heroes you could choose from in Overwatch because they all bring their own unique style to the game. Each legend has a passive ability that works in the background, a tactical ability that has a fairly short reset time, and an ultimate ability that builds up over time and is the most powerful move in their arsenal. The 8 legends you could choose from in Apex Legends are Bangalore, Bloodhound, Caustic, Gibraltar, Lifeline, Mirage, Pathfinder, and Wraith. Bangalore is all about offense. Her abilities pack a punch, and we recommend her for FPS veterans. Bloodhound is your scout. His abilities allow him to track enemy movements and see what's going on around him. Caustic is a premium legend you need to unlock. He's a support character who specializes in using toxic gas. Gibraltar is your tank. His abilities focus on defense and staying alive. Lifeline is the field medic. She specializes in healing and is one of the best characters. Mirage is another premium character who specializes in deception. Pathfinder is a support character who could get around the map easily, and Wraith specializes in escaping dangerous situations. Teamwork. No matter what, you're always going to be in a team of 3. There's no solo, duos, or quads like in Fortnite. It's always just trios. If that doesn't sound appealing to you, that's completely understandable. But thanks to the innovative ping system and the use of the D-pad for something other than useless emotes, Apex Legends has made it possible for your team to dominate a game, even if no one has a mic. If you've played Battlefield before, the ping system is kind of like spotting, but even better. A press of the right bumper or whatever button you assign it to on PC can let players know that you want to move towards a certain area, and if you find an item one of your teammates needs, it'll let them know where they can find it. A double tap of the right bumper will notify your teammates of the location of an enemy, while the D-pad could be used to tell your teammates to loot the area and hang back. It's a great system for players who just don't feel like talking. Character Select. Once you're in a team of 3 and ready to start the game, you're taken to the Character Select screen. The game will randomly decide the order of who picks first, second, and third, and obviously you can't take the same legend because 2 Bangalores and 1 Lifeline would be ridiculously OP, and literally every team would use that setup. Players are only given a few seconds to make their choice, so make sure you're not on your phone or distracted during this time, or else you might end up playing as someone you don't want, like Pathfinder. Picking first is obviously the ideal spot because you could choose any of the 8 legends you want, and second place isn't bad either, since you could still end up with a good character. It's third place that's typically the spot you don't want to end up with, unless you really enjoy having to be forced to play as a medic. Every good team should have 1 lifeline in their party, so if you're picking third and none of your teammates before you took the field medic, you'll essentially have no choice but to go with Lifeline. Luckily, she's an awesome character, so it's not like you're stuck with a terrible legend. Where are we dropping, boys? Another huge difference between Apex Legends and Fortnite is how the drop is handled. Like in every Battle Royale game, you start off in some kind of aircraft in the sky before you jump out and the game truly begins. In Fortnite, this is one of the most annoying things about playing with randoms. Sometimes they go rogue, and even though your entire team is landing at one location, they decide to do their own thing, leaving you outnumbered. Luckily, in Apex Legends, the answer to "where we droppin', boys" is always something the whole team can agree on. Well, most of the time at least. One of the 3 players on your team is randomly selected as the Jump Master, and is given the power to decide where and when the team drops from the aircraft and onto the map. While you're flying down to the ground, you do have the option to split up from the group, but the game automatically makes sure all 3 teammates fly together. Amount of players. While Fortnite and most Battle Royale games are known for having 100 total players, which is an absolutely incredible achievement that shows just how far multiplayer games have come, this high player count isn't present in Apex Legends. In the game, there are only 60 players. Yep, a whole 40 players less than Fortnite. Settle down, it's not a big deal. Considering the map in Apex Legends is huge, this low player count definitely makes it sound like it's a very empty game. But we assure you, it's not. The fact that there are less players and such a big map means your chances of getting good loot and being prepared for a battle are very high compared to other Battle Royale games. How many times have you played Fortnite and spent tons of time looting, but got nothing interesting? We're sure it's happened to you many, many times. Of course, this happens in Apex Legends too, where you can't get any loot, but that's just RNG. It's a part of all Battle Royale games, so it happens from time to time. Even when you get good loot and are looking for a battle, you might not be able to find anyone, and again, that's just the name of the Battle Royale game. The low player count in Apex Legends might make this happen a bit more often, but it's ultimately a non-issue. AAA developer. When looking at who developed Apex Legends, we weren't surprised to see Respawn Entertainment as the masterminds behind it. Yeah, EA is the publisher, but thankfully they're not developing it, or this game would have never taken off because it's the cool thing nowadays to boycott EA and everything that they stand for. It's pretty crazy that their reputation still hasn't been able to recover from the whole Star Wars Battlefront 2 fiasco, but enough about them. If you're unfamiliar with the work of Respawn, they've only created 2 other games: Titanfall and Titanfall 2. Those were some of the better FPS games we've had in some time, but they weren't Call of Duty, Halo, or Battlefield, so they flew under the radar. Apex Legends looks and feels a lot like the Titanfall games, and if it's going to be as successful as Fortnite, being backed by a AAA developer who promises constant updates is a good place to start. Fortnite was also developed by a AAA developer in Epic Games, who are known for their work with the Gears of War franchise. They even created their own engine, known as the Unreal Engine. As we all know, Epic Games is constantly updating Fortnite to keep things fresh and interesting. If Apex Legends wants to be the next Fortnite, they're off to one heck of a good start by following their model to a T. Setting. It turns out that the reason why Apex Legends looks and feels a lot like Titanfall is because it's actually set in the Titanfall universe. Respawn is sticking to what's brought them so much success by creating a Battle Royale spin-off of their popular FPS franchise. Apex Legends is set 30 years after the events of Titanfall 2, and as we're sure you've noticed, there aren't any Titans in this game. It would be pretty ridiculous if there were giant Titans roaming around the Battle Royale map wreaking havoc, but maybe they'll add them for a limited time mode down the line. Who knows? Either way, it's smart to make a Battle Royale game based on an already successful franchise, because it'll immediately get your loyal fans interested in the game. Free to play. We talked earlier about how Apex Legends followed Fortnite's model by being backed by a AAA developer with promises of constant updates to keep the game fresh and entertaining for the foreseeable future. But Respawn didn't just stop there. They also followed Fortnite's free-to-play model with the option to use real money to buy in-game currency that can be used on buying gear in the store or by buying Apex packs. The store is a lot like the item shop in Fortnite, with skins and camos for sale, but it's a bit less polished since the game has only been out for a few days. We're sure it'll get there, but it doesn't look that great just yet. Apex packs are a great addition to the game and are something Fortnite is missing. They're essentially loot boxes which give you 3 items that vary in rarity. It's like rolling the dice. You never know what you're gonna get. You just hope luck is on your side and you get some legendary skins, camos, or at least some crafting materials. the reason. This point might not matter to some because a lot of people don't play video games for the story. They play them for the gameplay. We get it, but have you ever wondered why these battle royales are happening? Why are 100 players deciding, you know what, let's just get together and see who can be the last one standing? It's the one part of battle royale games that makes literally no sense. No game explains why it's happening. PUBG doesn't, Radical Heights doesn't, Realm Royale doesn't, and even Fortnite doesn't. All we have in Fortnite are a bunch of theories trying to explain it, but nothing has been confirmed by Epic Games. This all changed in Apex Legends. We actually know why the battle royale is happening in the game. The game is set in a dystopian society where there's a popular Hunger Games-like competition in which various combatants, known as legends, compete to become the champion and deal with all the fame and fortune that comes from it. Millions of viewers tune in to watch the competition, and the legends are absolute rock stars off the battlefield, seen as icons of strength and courage. To be honest, it's all left quite vague, but it has a Hunger Games vibe to it that we really dig. Get ready, Fortnite. This challenger to your throne is the most legit one yet. And that's why we think Apex Legends might very well be the new Fortnite Battle Royale. Do you think Apex Legends is a better game than Fortnite? Let us know why or why not in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to CBR for more Fortnite content. Thanks for watching.